Hi everyone, this is Sumita. So in this video we will see how PF withdrawal can be done for COVID-19 situation. You might have heard that there was an announcement made by the government that the employees who have EPF, they can take part of their PF amount by applying for it. So the announcement is that an EPF member can withdraw an amount equal to 3 months of basic and DA or 75% of the credit balance in the account, whichever is lower. So how it has to be calculated? So for example, if you have basic plus DA for 1 month as 25,000 and in your EPF account the balance is 5 lakhs, then your basic plus DA for 3 months will be 75,000, which is 25,000 into 3, and 75% of your EPF account balance is 3,75,000 rupees. So when you compare these two, you have to take the lesser amount, which is 75,000, and you will get a maximum of 75,000 when you apply for PF for your corona problem. I have taken screenshots from the site, so we will go through it. Before that, we have to see what are all the details you will require. So first thing, to log in, you will require your UAN number. So if you have an EPF account and if you have configured your phone number, then every month when PF amount is being put in your EPF account, you will be getting the UAN number in the SMS itself. Okay, so if you don't have your UAN number, then you have to click on the link Know Your UAN in the EPF homepage. So this is the EPF homepage. So here this link I will put it in my comment. Here you can see Know Your UAN. So if you click on Know Your UAN, it will ask for your mobile number and CAPTCHA, and then an OTP will come. Once you give the OTP, you will be getting the UAN number. So UAN number is needed to log in into your EPF website. So this is the login UAN, and you have to give the password. So first thing is you should have your UAN number, and the next one which you will require is a scanned copy of your check or your passbook. So this is to confirm the bank account to which the online transfer will happen. So your check, whatever you have, it should have your name and the IFSC code. Even if your name is not there on the check leaf, it will be rejected. So if you have a bank account like IOB, for example, then your name will not be printed in the check leaf. In that case, you have to put scan a copy of your passbook and you give that as your proof for your bank. And if the IFSC code is different from what you have in your UAN account, the claim will be rejected. So you should ensure that when after you log in and you check your UAN, the IFSC code and bank detail whatever you have should match with whatever you have given in the check. Okay, and the next one is Aadhaar number should be verified and linked with UAN. This most of you might have already done, else this is a step that has to be done before you apply. And the last one is you have to verify the name in UAN and Aadhaar whether both are same. When I logged in into UAN, the EPF homepage, after logging in by giving my UAN and the password, the name that was given in or that was displaying in UAN was in the form last name format, last name and first name. But in Aadhaar, it was in the format first name and last name. So when I tried to apply, it was just processing, but it didn't go anywhere. And then I found out that the name has to be changed. So in that case, you have to go to manage basic details and give your name as per Aadhaar, and after you once you make any change, it goes to your employer and your employer has to approve. After that only you will be able to proceed. So if you have all those, then we will see how we have to proceed with filling out the withdrawal details. Okay, so this is the URL which you have to go. So here it will ask for UAN and the password. So first thing, none of us will remember what the password is usually. So if you don't have the password, you click on the forget password that you can see here, and you will be it will ask for your UAN number and the captcha, and you have to just give submit. So you will be getting an OTP, and then you will be asked to give your password. Okay, so you can just have any new password set for your login, and after you log in, right now we see that we get an alert message that e-nomination facility is also available. Okay, so you just click later. Okay, I am not sure whether this alert will come every time, but it comes right now. And after you log in, this will be how the screen will look like. So in that there will be a tab called online services. Under that you have to click claim form 31 1910 CD. This option has to be selected because form 31 is the one that is for COVID-19 is what I guess. So then you get a screen where you give your bank account number alone. All other details will be auto populated. So you will have the employee name, father name, date of birth, everything will be already available, including Aadhaar number, and just the account number you have to provide here. So once you provide the account number and give verify, it will ask, it will throw another pop-up whether the detail is correct. Okay, so I agree that the details are correct, so you give yes. Then you have to click on proceed for online claim. Okay, so it means that you have provided all the information you have already provided, and the bank detail is also there, so you have to proceed for online claim. So once you go there, it will all these details will already be present. It will ask for I apply for. In that drop down only PF advance form 31 will come. So just choose that option. So once you choose that option, automatically all these fields will get populated. Okay, so here the advance amount it is asking, and then the purpose it is asking, then the advance amount, and then your address and the scan copy of it. So it is pretty simple. One, if you fill all this and submit it, the claim is submitted actually. Okay, so you have to just fill in these details. Sometimes I understand that address information it might not ask also, but I'm not sure. But for me it was asking, so you give that. So this the data to be selected for purpose for which advance is required. The drop down, if you click, the first one will be outbreak of pandemic COVID-19. So you choose that for that field, and the next field amount of advance, so that you have to give the value that you have calculated, which is 3 times your basic. Okay, so that value you put. It is better to put the exact amount. Maybe if you are not sure, you can put a rough amount, but I had put the exact amount because I'm not sure for what reasons the claim may get rejected. So you calculate the exact amount and put, and then you fill all your address. It's better to give the same address that is there in Aadhaar. So because they might verify it against your Aadhaar address. So you have to fill all this. See to that all the fields are filled. When I filled this this drop down, the one after state, the district, it didn't populate by itself. Okay, so it was taking some time. So I thought we don't have to give, and I proceeded, but it was going in processing page only, but it didn't go to the next screen at all. So whenever you have any error anywhere here, no error message pop-up will be received, but the screen will say that it is processing. Even if you wait for 20 minutes, it will only show processing, it will not go to the next page at all. So if it hangs like that, it means that one of your data is incorrect. So you may have to go back and again check what are all the details you have given for each of the field and verify it. So you give your address. So here it is the locality. So for example, Adayar, Mylapore, whatever locality, you give the locality and the entire address in this line, state and the district, then city and pin code. That's all. Okay. And then the next thing is you have to upload the scanned copy of your check or passbook. So it you can see that there is a limit for this. It has to be minimum 100 KB and maximum 500 KB. So all this you can validate. So ensure that the scan copy is readable. Okay, so it should not be a blurred image that they are unable to read it. In that case also it might get rejected. So once you upload the scan copy of your checkbook or your passbook, then you can submit it. Okay, so once you upload it, then you have to click this value. I am applying for this claim using Aadhaar credentials, all these details for this authentication. You have to just check that box. Okay, so I have written what that means. So here you have to say I am applying for this claim. So once you do that, you will receive an OTP, and once you enter that OTP, then it will say that your claim is successfully submitted. Okay, so now after you submit your claim, if you want to track the status, in the online service tab itself where we selected claim, in the same tab we have the track claim status. So in this page you can track your claim status. So you will have this table updated, okay, wherein it will say give a particular tracking ID, submitted on portal, sent to field office. So as soon as you submit your claim, you can see that the send to field office is empty because it will take some time for it to go to the field office. And then the status of the current claim, okay, either processing or something will be there. And if you want to view the PDF, you can click on this one and the PDF will be downloaded, which will have the detail of your name, your address, your IFSC code, your UAN, all the details. So ensure that the IFSC code in UAN and whatever you have given are same. Okay. Now certain details apart from this. So this is the normal flow for applying for claim. Suppose your bank detail, for example, initially for me the IFSC code was different in UAN and it was different in for the current one that I am giving, because I have changed the branch of my bank. So the code basically was different, and so I had to add a new bank detail for which the code was exact. Okay, so because I was not sure how I have to change the code in UAN, so I went and added another new bank detail. So for that, if you want to add a new bank detail, because the bank detail that you are given in UAN is different, then you can go here, manage. In manage you have something called KYC. So in that, if you see, you have all this detail, bank detail, PAN, Aadhaar, passport. So all of this, if you want to modify, it will allow you to modify. Okay, so if you click on that KYC, you get the bank detail, right? So there you have to give against the document number, you have to give the bank account number. So document number is nothing but your account number, and the same way the name as per document. So whatever is name in your account name, okay, the same name you give here, and you give the IFSC code. Okay, so these three things are the major one. So this name, Aadhaar name, UAN login name, everything, ensure that it is same. Okay, so once you give all these, so these three are the key details. After you give and click save, these details will be saved for your banking detail after it is getting approved from your employer. So again it will send it to your employer, and once it is approved by them, you can see that in the same screen, if you scroll down, you can see that digitally approved KYC. So in that, your bank detail will, the new bank detail will be populated. So the second one was the old one, the first one is the new one. So the new one will be on the top, the recently the one that you have added, so that will be considered. Suppose you had made a mistake or you don't want in that bank, you can add another bank or detail also, whichever is the latest, that will be considered. Okay, so this is how you create a claim and submit it. So once you, after you submit the claim, you will be receiving SMS from this address. Okay, so like VK and VM Just check your SMS whether you have message from these two. So if your claim is rejected, you will be getting, one thing is, if you go to track your claim status, you will see that claim rejected status is there. Another thing is, you will be receiving an SMS in which you will be having a URL wherein you can click that URL and you can go and see why your claim was rejected. Okay, so if you see that the reason for rejection, then you can update it or change it and then again resubmit the claim. Okay, there is no limit for submitting the claim, you can submit it how many times you want. So there in that login, in the URL, once it comes in the SMS, in that you may have to log in again with the same UAN password that you have given here, and then you have to select your PF account detail and choose view claim status. Okay, so you will be getting some example of rejection reasons if at all it has got rejected. Okay, so you will be getting the detail that, for example, see here, attach checklist for bank statement in which member name, IFSC and account code should be printed. Member name not printed on cancelled check. Okay, another point is, the check leaf whatever you have put, you can upload either a cancelled check or a blank check. So it is better to upload a cancelled check also, because no one can reuse it later. So here the name was, member name was not printed on the check. Okay, so that could be one reason. Another one is, if your IFSC code in the passbook differs with what is already available in UAN, again your claim will be rejected. Okay, so ensure that you don't make these mistakes so that the claim doesn't get rejected. If all this is fine and all the details are correct, then your claim will be settled and you will see a message in your manage KYC track claim status. In that you will be seeing a status that claim settled. Okay, but after you see a status of claim settled, it might take 3 to 5 working days for the claim to actually, for the amount to actually come to your bank. Okay, so the claim settled states that the details that you have provided are fine and your claim processing is completed, but it doesn't mean that the amount has come. So you have to wait at least for a week for the amount to get credited to your bank account, whatever you have already provided in this claim form. Okay, so I hope this video will help you to for withdrawing your PF amount. So if you have any query or clarification, you can put it in the comment. I can analyze, I can check and I can let you know if I don't have an answer immediately. Thank you so much. Vanakkam.